Hey gang, Desktop Yopp here with a quick tip maintenance thing for all you active parents out there on a blustery January afternoon. I apologize if the wind is whipping and buzzing in the microphone, but why are we here today? Well, if you're like us and you like to get active, I know you've seen in some of our videos we've got the Baby Trend Expedition jogger stroller. I discovered this morning that we got a flat tire. Dang. And we need to change it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that sorted out. I'll show you guys how to swap it out real quick. It's pretty no-brainer, pretty simple. You don't even really need my help here, but I'll just go through a list of what you'll need and how to do it really quick and get yourself back up and running. Like I said, these steps, this is for the Baby Trend Expedition, but honestly, probably any jogger stroller that has the same size tire, it's all going to be about the same. It's just like changing the tire, or the tube, excuse me, on a bike. I'll leave links in the description below to the tools that I'm using, as well as a link to buy the tube if you find yourself in the same situation. So let's get this thing going. Alrighty, so first things first, go ahead and get it out of the way. This particular tire here on the Baby Trend is a 16 by 1 3/4 tire. So honestly, you can go on Amazon or whatever store you like to use, and just pop that into your search and you'll get tubes for it. Like I said, link will be down there in the description to the particular tube that I bought. Additionally, here's my tube. So I got a 2-pack. I think it was like $15 for that 2-pack. So that's going to be the tube that we'll use. And because I do a little bit of self-maintenance on my motorcycle and stuff like that, and our four-wheelers, I actually have a kit. I call these tire spoons, tire bars, whatever you want to call them. It's a little bit overkill for this tire because honestly, you can take the bead off of this rim with just your hand. But I've got it here just in case. I may not even end up using it. Again, I'll leave a link in the description for this particular one, but you can buy them. This is actually a 3-pack. It's got the 14-inch and comes with two 11-inch as well. This is for motorcycles, so we won't even worry about that, but that's basically just a bead buddy. So yeah, I will get to breaking this down and we'll go from there. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, I was able to work this out no problem without even using my tire spoon, so we won't even worry about that for this process. It's really easy to work this bead off. All you got to do is just kind of press so that you see the edge of the bead, and then you can just push on it to push it forward to lift it up out of the channel for the rim, and then just work yourself in a circular motion, just like that, to pull the tire up off the rim. There you go. And once you get that guy off, we'll just take our cap off here for our Schrader valve. Let's rotate it around. And then we'll need to lift that tube up out of there. So we'll just pop him out. Pop him over. And we'll just pull our tube out. Now, like I said, with this particular tube, as you'll see, it still has some air in it, but it hasn't been holding air consistently. So I think there's possibly like a little leak in the valve there. Usually if you have a full-on leak in the tube, it'll usually like go down to nothing. So we probably just have a small leak in the valve. If you have a leak in the tube, you can always use, slime, or you can even get a patch kit for it. But since these replacement tubes were so cheap, I just went ahead and bought that. So we'll go ahead and we'll get it mounted back in there, and and get ourselves inflated. Now when it comes to replacing these tires on bikes and stuff, you can take the tire completely off, but honestly, because there's that channel in there down into the wheel rim itself, I tend to find that it's easiest to take only one side off, work your tube down in there, and then go ahead and seat it back on the bead. Now, one thing I didn't cover with this, it's definitely going to be worthwhile to do it on a bicycle or a dirt bike or something. This bead, if it's really, really tough, you can actually spray around your rim with, you know, some form of non-corrosive cleaner or even soap water, so you can really kind of work that bead loose. It also helps for remounting the tire. Like I said, this is a very soft tire with a soft bead, so it wasn't as necessary, but if you run into that problem, if you have a stiffer tire, that's a little pro tip for you there. Alrighty, there we go. As you saw in the cinematic fast motion section there, it's pretty easy. As I mentioned while we were in cinematic fast mode, one thing that's going to help you to get this tube inside of here is going to be to first pre-fill your tube just a little bit. That way it gives it some structural rigidity. And then first work in your Schrader valve, and then press your bead back on, get it nice and seated, and then that's really all there is to it. Again, like I said, if you've got a stiff tire, you can use a little bit of soap water solution. Just spray that in a spray bottle around. That'll help you get it off or get it on. It can make for a bit of a slippery mess sometimes, so I tend to only do it. Some people do it all the time, but I tend to only do it if the tire's being very difficult. So with that said, as we'll see on this particular tire, it recommends to inflate it to 30 psi. So we'll get that inflated and we'll be good. And with that said, you know, I hope this little quick Desktop Yopp tip helped you out. If it did, you know, go ahead and give us that thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and smash that dislike button twice. And I guess we'll see you in the next one. Until then, got 'em.